Okay, thought I'd just do a quick small tutorial on using Fusion to make a simple box, and probably some of the starting features that you'll look at when using Fusion for the first time. Um, First thing we need to understand is that Fusion basically works off creating a 2D object to start with on a surface, on an X, Y or Z plane, and then you can extrude and manipulate on a three-dimensional aspect from there. So the first thing we're going to do today is basically create a sketch. A sketch is basically working on the 2D plane. So when we click on create sketch, we can choose the horizontal plane or a vertical plane. To start with today, it's just easiest to start on a horizontal plane. If I click on that horizontal plane, you'll see I'll get a top view of that horizontal plane. Once we get that horizontal plane, we want to start creating or drawing circles or squares or something along those lines. So we can click on rectangle and come out to 2-point rectangle, or we can simply press R on our keyboard and that will give us a rectangle, and from here you can see the rectangle feature palette pop up, or the sketch palette, and we can choose a center point rectangle or a 2-point rectangle. If we just click on center point rectangle today, clicking on our origin, which is the center of your screen, you'll drag out and you'll see it'll drag out from the center. Let's create a rectangle to start with that is 150 millimeters. And if I press tab, I can jump to the next dimension, and we'll make it 300 millimeters wide. Press enter and you'll see there I've now got a rectangle drawn on my screen. The next thing we want to do is extrude that up so that it's starting to create and make the pieces of timber for our box. We could either go to create and come down to extrude, or on our keyboard we could hit E, which will give us the extrude platform. It'll pop up instantly on our right hand side, and we can start to drag that body, or drag that surface up. So if I select the profile, sometimes it instantly selects, sometimes it doesn't. We can start to drag that up. Now it'll give us a dimension here on the side. What we want to do is make that 15 millimeters for today. Press enter and you can see there now I have a three-dimensional shape. This is going to form the base of a box that we're going to create. So in our next step, what we're going to do is go back here to sketch. We're going to go create new sketch, or you can just press R on your keyboard, select the surface that you want to sketch on, which in this case we're going to sketch on this very front long surface, and it will go to that plane there that you can instantly see. Because I've already selected the rectangle, it's selected that I'm going to do a 2-point rectangle. I'm going to click on this outside corner, I'm going to drag it across to the other side, and we're going to create a rectangle here that is 150 millimeters. So we just type in 150, tab 300, it's already there, press enter, and we'll get a sketch on the side of the 3D shape that we've already created. You can stop the sketch there and then press E for extrude, and what we want to do now is select the two areas that we want to extrude. You'll notice because we've drawn a sketch, even though we've drawn a sketch across both, it's only selected the top one. We need to select both. It's just a matter of clicking both, and we can drag that out. When we drag it out, it tells me whether it's a positive or negative value, and so it'll allow me in here now just to enter 15. If it was a negative value, I would hit -15. And the important thing we want to do here is we can see here that it's joining our two shapes. So if I just click OK there, you'll notice this has joined the two shapes, so it's made it one solid object. So that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is extrude that out. Select our two shapes, extrude that out to 15, and we want to change this drop down menu here to new body. Clicking OK, we can see now that we have two distinct different pieces which are going to be timber for our box. Over here on the left hand side, you can see we've got a range of features here. These drop down, these arrows here indicate the origin, so we can turn that origin off or on, which is the original origin from when we started. We got bodies, and we can turn that off and on. We can actually drop these bodies down. We can see that we've made two bodies here, and we can turn those bodies on or off. Okay, what we're going to do today is we're going to turn that second body off that we've just created. And what we're going to do is we're going to create some planes throughout our first piece of timber there that we've done. So we're going to go to construct, and we're going to create a mid plane. And once we've got this, it's asking us to select a plane. So we're going to select the two vertical surfaces in which we want to create a mid plane between. So if I select this surface here, scroll around, and this surface here, it'll create a mid plane through the middle of that surface. And that's going to help us later with our box. What I want to do is create two mid planes. I want to create a mid plane there and a mid plane going the opposite way. If you're doing objects that are symmetrical, this is a very handy way to do things quickly. Clicking OK. Alright, now let's turn on our second body. And the next thing I'm going to look to do is mirror this second body that we made here onto the other side of our mid plane. So if I come up here to create and come down to mirror, clicking on mirror, it'll say here, do I want to mirror a surface or a face? Or do I can use that drop down arrow and I can actually mirror a body. So if I click on bodies, and then while it's on the select the body that I want. If you want to mirror more than one body, you just select more than one body. And then I want to mirror a plane, and the plane I'm going to mirror is that one. Pressing OK, and you'll see now I have got three bodies created on each side. Next thing I want to do is create a sketch. So I come up here to create sketch, and I want to create a rectangle, which is R, on that surface. It'll pull me down in front, and then I create my rectangle, which I'm just going to snap to those 2 points. Hitting E for extrude, turning on a bit of an angle. I can select the surface that I wish to extrude, and pulling that out 15 millimeters. Enter. Oh, see there that I've made a little mistake. I didn't hit new body, so it's made a join of all of those features. So if I just press Command Z, go back to extrude, select the surfaces that I wish to extrude, make it 15 millimeters, change this drop down arrow here to a new body, clicking OK. You can see that now I've got another new body added to our shape, body 4. And then I'm just going to go through the same process of mirroring that body. So create, mirror, want it to be body, I select the body, I select the mirror plane, pressing OK, and there I have essentially a shoebox.